Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and the blessing of what I get to do every single day, and it not every day it feels like a blessing. Like it's like our business has changed, and there's just different things as coaches we have to deal with. But at the heart of it, man, we're dealing with young men, right? And we're getting to impact their lives. And yesterday, I got to go see one of our GAs, T Money, get baptized, and man, it was just so powerful, to hear his message and the impact that our staff has had on his life. Man, it just lets you know, like you're doing it for this is why you do it, right? Not the wins and the losses on the scoreboard, but the wins in life and the things that matter for eternity. So, just really, really blessed. Tonight, we worked on a couple things the last few days, and I thought we executed those things, there. And so we have a building block to move forward from. And so I'm excited about that. Was very, very pleased with the execution of the things that we worked on.
Tell me about Ugo and just what makes him special.
Well, he's 7 feet tall and he can run, and decent hands, and great personality, and so it's hard to teach that size. And I thought his teammates did a really good job of finding him because he ran early and established position, and that's something we've been on him about because he's capable, and so I was happy to see him rewarded tonight.
Is there anything, or maybe what have you learned most about him since he's arrived in Manhattan?
Yeah, he, his personality profile says that, don't be over emotional in giving him information, right? So that's a challenge for me because I have, I can be a little passionate, I can be a lot passionate, and so I have to learn how to go from one player to the next and just remember, okay, I got to say certain things certain ways to him because he really wants to do what we want him to do, but sometimes the message gets lost in the emotion, and so I have to do a better job of that.
No minutes for Doug tonight. What went into that decision?
The coach's decision.
Is that just like a motivational tactic with him, or?
Yeah, just the coach's decision.
Okay. Coleman was pretty hard on himself when he came in here and said, he's just got to be better when it comes to scoring. Just from your perspective, what have you seen that's been lacking in that part of his game?
Well, what was lacking is rebounding, and he did it today. And so I'm fine. I know shots are going to get. Brendan was 0 for 6 from 3. Coleman missed some layups. They're going to make those, right? They're going to do that because he's a good basketball player. I see him doing it in practice all the time. In fact, he shot the ball better this week than he had up until that point, beforehand. So him missing layups was all right. Not all right, but it didn't bother me because he got us 13 rebounds and 7 of them were offensive rebounds, and he hadn't done that all year long. So it's been a point of emphasis, and so he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right there. He still got assists for us. He still made good plays. He had more deflections than anybody else, So I'm okay with it. I'm glad he cares. And the crazy thing about it, man, he does he really, really cares, and he's really, really intelligent. So he's going to keep working to figure the thing out, but he's going to make shots.
One more with Ugo are there certain matchups or certain teams where he can play more as opposed to games where he just isn't the right matchup?
No, it's we got 14 dudes, and 11 of them are new, and just as a staff, we're trying to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know who the 5 guys that play the best together are yet. I think I do, but it didn't pan out tonight. So we're still trying to figure it out. And so sometimes I just, okay, well, I got to play this guy more just to see what he can do, what he can really do in this environment. Or I got to, maybe not play this guy so somebody else can play. And it's not that somebody did something wrong or anything like that. We're just really just trying to figure it out, and it's going to take us a little while. But none of that matters if we don't have the staples, right? The meat and potatoes, the transition defense, so that they have to play as 5-on-5, limit them to one shot, boxing out and defensive rebounding, and then getting a second chance shots on the other end. None of the other stuff matters if we don't do those things. So that's what I got to get everybody to buy into, and then we can figure out the other stuff.
You mentioned transition defense and only 2 fast break points today for Mississippi Valley State. Were you encouraged by what you saw in terms of transition defense?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And it was off a turnover, and it was like we turned it over and then stole it back, and then we turned it over again. It was that stretch where we had 4 turnovers in 5 minutes, because we only had 2 turnovers in the second half. And so, yeah, I was very encouraged because you could see the guys' effort to get from offense back to defense. And, it's just what we've worked on, and it translated. And we just have to keep building on it.
Pretty early in the second half, you guys went on a pretty big run on offense, and you started finding some shots that were going in. What changed from, I guess, the first half to that beginning stretch of the second half to allow you guys to make those shots?
Man, I don't know if I knew I would have done it in the first half, but we got really good looks in the first half and was 1 for 13, and we didn't really shoot the ball well. It was 2 for 10 in the second half, so it wasn't like we shot it that much better, in the second half from 3. I do know that, we spent more than half of practice this past week with a bubble on the rim, and, that might have played a little part in it. So, but we improved in the areas we needed to improve, and I know that we can make shots.
Max Jones in the second half, I think it was all over the place on defense, and then on offense was probably getting a little bit more aggressive in terms of attacking the rim. What do you see from him in the second half? That's encouraging.
Yeah, he was Max Jones. I'd say this all the time. For every 1,000 men who can handle adversity, there's only one who can handle success. And some of our guys and our team, we have a character flaw that we're going to continue to work on, is that when things go well, we relax, right? So we got out to a pretty good lead. I thought we was building on the lead in the first half, and then we relaxed and closed the half bad. And then the second half, we got out to a pretty good lead, and then we let them cut it to 10, right? And that portion of relax or loss of focus or whatever it is during that time, we've got to fix those moments. So then, so against a really good team, you're not down, in those times.
Is that, I guess, fixing the relaxing, is that something that just takes time to work on? And
Yeah, we're going to watch film. We're going to show them. We're going to, stay on them about it. We're going to sub maybe a little bit more that we need to, and so, we'll figure it out. We'll just, the great thing about our staff is we're going to keep flipping rocks till we figure this thing over. This thing out, I'm sorry.
You mentioned the 3-point shooting. I think your first 5 shots were all threes, but it also was the guys that typically you want shooting it. So are you good with that, even though you definitely had an advantage inside?
Yeah, I tell these dudes in recruiting all the time that every coach wants a guy to make 40% from 3, but to make 40% from 3, you have to miss 6, right? And so I'd say it in recruiting, you're going to be 0 for 6 from 3, and I'm going to just expect you to make the next 4 and give you the freedom to do it. And I got to show Brendan Housen that at halftime. Hey, bro, I told you I was a coach that could live with 0 for 6 in the first half because I know you're going to make the next 4. And just the same thing with CJ. I thought Brennan guided, he should have shot the one in the corner, and then he side dribbled, and it looked like he kind of guided it. He didn't shoot it with confidence. CJ missed one, and we got a rebound and kicked it right back to him in the same spot, and he turned it down, right? I want those dudes to shoot those shots with confidence. Those are guys that are supposed to shoot shots, and they're going to make shots. Thank you, guys. Hey, go Cats.